I met a Gypsy.
We're trending in such a
Agreed.
good direction across
it's
the board.
Insane. Yeah, and with, I mean, Jet, dude, like, he's in Deegan. Like, I remember maybe the most impressive thing I've seen all year was, I think it was Houston Supercross. And I was watching the 250 main. It might have been even the heat race. Anyway, Hayden was in like 7th or 8th, but he was coming through and passing dudes. And the stadium followed him.
Oh, bro.
Around the entire track. It almost damn near brought a tear to my eye. Like, to see just what that kid is bringing. And obviously you can talk about Jet and all his stuff too, but dude, we have so many things in the sport that are going in a great direction. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's time to hit a panic button. Like, we need to do something.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's time to like complain and carry on.
It's never time to complain.
You know what I mean?
Once you make the decision to start complaining, it's hard to stop. I've been there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, dude, talking about Hayden and Jet and the whole phenomena that we're dealing with, like, so went to Washougal, finally, like, got to meet Hayden actually, and super nice kid. Like, actually, the fucking nicest.
Yeah, he is. A good kid.
And Brian, I love Brian. I got a lot of time for him. He's done a lot of good shit for me. Got to meet those guys and hang and in person.
Kind of just shadow.
Bro, fucking hectic.
Really?
I don't know if you've been by the truck.
No, I have heard that it's like a big deal.
Out of control. Never seen anything like it.
Really?
Never seen anything like it. And like sport in general. Like,
no way.
Kids
I really haven't seen it.
Fucking losing it. It's worth going to the pits.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's honestly SMX. Just go and
might come over there with a Sharpie.
Bro, they were screaming. Like, literally, Hayden's in the truck, right? And I think it was maybe after quali or one of the practices. So I'm at the truck. I'm talking to Duff. We can't even talk, man. Me and his mechanic, because the kids are literally screaming, Hayden, Hayden,
No
like
way.
losing it. And then someone just starts a chant, Hayden, Hayden. It was so loud, dude.
It's like some
literally
rockstar
Bieber
stuff.
shit, man.
Yeah.
Like literally Bieber shit. And then it went on for probably like 30 seconds and then he finally came out of the truck. Like, he literally had to come out of the truck because of the people that were screaming his name.
That's awesome.
I'd never seen anything like it. Not at a dirt bike race.
I do understand what you're saying with sometimes there is just like a general negative tone to things. You see stuff like that and you're like, man, we're only going up. Like, this sport in 20 years, yeah, you know, we always talk, you know, tracks getting shut down because of land, you know, noise, stuff like that. But I think
we're good.
Yeah, I think we're fine, dude. It's captivating.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of Hayden's overall performance this year? As someone that's been in his shoes, is probably the most hyped amateur. Like, he's probably the most hyped amateur since you. Would you think? Anyone else?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Come on, man. You should have known that you would before he took
that's a whole nother story, dude.
Yeah.
I thought I sucked, to be honest with you. No, I think I watched him ride Loretta's last year, and like, there was obviously a lot of hype. They've done a great job with his brand, the YouTube thing, everything. So I think the natural thing to think at first is you don't really like, you need to see it to believe it. And when I saw him ride, I'm like, this guy is going to be a good pro, but I didn't imagine that he would do what he did this year and like be a championship contender and be the crazy thing was how consistent he was.
Oh yeah,
you know, he's
soupy as well.
That what the kids say now is he's got the dog in him.
Yeah,
but he's to be that consistent and to kind of have that racing mind so young. Kind of reminds me of I said this around Daytona time, I think, but kind of reminds me of Cooper when he was a 250 guy. Like, you just feel when you're watching him ride like he's in control of the race.
Yeah.
You know, and that more than the speed or anything else, that to me is the biggest sign of like, oh, this guy's going to be really, really good. Because if he already has it that figured out, and like you said, he's dealing with people screaming outside his rig nonstop, and it's like one big posse, and it's all this stuff happening, and he's able to still have a quiet mind and like have his priorities straight and do what he does. I mean, that takes besides just being a talented racer, it takes like a talented almost mind. Like, you have to really get it like pretty young, you know, and maybe he kind of fell into that by accident. Maybe it's something he's kind of trained within himself, but it looks natural to me. You know, he's got that it's like typically when you see kind of how much pressure you bring all that hype, and it's like he's unaware of it. You know, he rides like he's unaware of it. He rides light and free, and like he doesn't have the, like it's any other race, you know, like it doesn't really matter that much. And that normally is more somebody that's maybe a little bit like less intelligent, you would think. Yeah. But then you see all these other traits, his racecraft and like just how he controls a race, and when he knows when to chill, and he's showing up every week and podium in the championship hunt at 17. But then you're like, oh, this guy knows how to turn it off. Like he can just be like, he knows it's there. Sometimes I think you can be quick to jump to, oh, he's just unaware, like he's just blissfully unaware, you know, like he's just a young kid, like all young kids. It's not. I don't think that. Well, you can't when you watch him like throughout the year. So to have that ability to kind of just shut the noise off and do that, I mean, it's kind of what he can accomplish is pretty much limitless, because he's helping himself, not hurting himself, and obviously he's got talent for days. So it's going to be exciting. It's so cool to watch guys develop like that. You know, when I went pro, that kid was on like a 50, and now he's winning outdoor nationals. It's wild. Even like Ryder D. Yeah, he won the 4 or 6 class as a 5-year-old my last year of at Loretta's, and that's now he's riding with me at Glen Helen on Thursdays, you know, and showing up and crushing it at the races, and you're just like, dude, how did I?
Father time stops for no man.
I've been here 10 years. Yeah. It's wild.
Dude, it is
It's
crazy.
exciting, though, for me. I don't look at it as like maybe at one point in my life, I did like maybe look at it in a bit of a negative light. But to me, it's so fun to watch like kids develop. You know, I've been watching guys like Ryder D. I pay attention, and been watching those guys for a long time, and you see them come in and doing it, and you're like, I don't know. It's exciting. Yeah.
I think the thing with Hayden too is like he's obviously like I think the podium speeches are unbelievable.
Yeah. He lets it out, man.
But he's quick with it. Yeah. Like because so there's the criticism has been, oh, he's just doing what his dad says to him. Like he's just saying what his dad says. Like that's what people are saying, right?
That his dad can't be out there on the bike with him, man.
That's true. But I think as well, like,
oh, just I mean that in a good way. Like, obviously he's doing it.
Yeah. But so it's not scripted what Jason Thomas says to him, though. You know what I mean? So it's like you could have a plan in your head of like what Daddy said I should say.
I don't get that vibe either.
I don't either, yeah.
I think it's a lazy conclusion to jump to. Yeah. Because he's got obviously Brian knows what he's doing. He's a marketing genius, clearly. Yeah. I mean, look at what he's done with just the whole brand of the family is awesome. Like everybody knows the Deegans. They're sweet. You know, it's just a lazy conclusion to jump to, oh, he's just a puppet or just anything. But if you're around him and you see him and you know what I know and you watch him ride, and it's obvious that it's not that. You know, he's just straight up not scared. He doesn't always say the right thing either. He just says what he wants to say, which is I think it's awesome. Even if it's a little rough around the edges sometimes for people. Good. Like, dude,
that's better.
That's what that's supposedly what we want. That's what everybody wants. It's just unfiltered. It's cool.
Yeah. So it's I just think he's just ticking a lot of the boxes, you know, and like even after Washougal, I went back to the truck after the motos, and I was talking to Brian. He just walked out the truck and he's like, "Welcome back to America, son. I just gave you the full treatment." And it's like, that's quick, you know. That's what you're getting on the podium. Totally. You know, no one say it. Like he's a quick, gnarly dude that's got that confidence, he's got that swag, you know, and he's like he's in that zone. Like that is he's in his hot girl era right now, and it's like there's a certain vibe that you put out when you're you know, when you're in that, and it's like, hey, he's got that like magnetic thing about him, you know. Yeah. And it's like what you were saying before about, I wish lights guys could have that same freedom that a guy like you has earned. Dude, one season, I think he's earned it.
No, he has.
One season. That's all it took him.
Well, it doesn't really come from outside either. It's like you can never really earn it from that way. It's to yourself. Like for me, I had to do this, and this, and then okay, well, I can have some freedom to do, do some things that I want to do. That was almost I was was kind of putting blame elsewhere, like from the outside, but really that's a me thing. It's a me thing, man.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm just going to do what I want. Like,
yeah.
You know, nobody's ever, like, the guy it's 115 degrees and he's like doing his fastest lap time on this last lap of the second moto, but he posts a YouTube video like twice a day. Was he distracted? You know, like,
yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, fuck you guys, like, which is awesome. You need more people like that. It gives, like, that's when these things, like you said, Christian, like, can't have his podcast anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, because of kids like him, 10 years from now, that's not a conversation that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, people have to prove that wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and not enough people have proved that wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just because we're so scared to break outside the box because we have one chance to do this and there's like 10 factory seats, you know, and you're really just not trying to piss anybody off.
Yeah.
But he's so good that he can piss as many people off as he wants.
Yeah.
He's still going to do whatever,
yeah.
you know,
yeah.
and be on the best bike.
Well, and dude, I mean, it seems like every weekend too, not to make it a Hayden Deegan podcast.
No.
He's just giving us a highlight. Like, he wasn't on the broadcast at all this weekend. All of the social media has
just
been
blowing up.
Just him.
How about when he crashed with something with the red flag at Bud's Creek? That was a big one, right? Like the AMA did it on purpose or something.
Oh yeah, I didn't get into that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I actually think they need to change that though. Like they should do something.
I think it should have been staggered or something. It has to.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.